15th, special call Public Works Committee meeting. It is time for the meeting to come to order. The floor is open. It's time to nominate a chairman of the Public Works Committee, and I'd like to take nominations.
Marshall, I have a nomination. I would like to nominate Mark Skidmore as chairman of the Public Works Committee.
I second.
All right, hearing a nomination in a second. Is everyone ready to vote for Alderman Mark Skidmore to become Public Works Committee Chairman? When I call your name, signify by saying aye. Alderman Robertson.
Yes.
Alderman Peterson.
Yes.
And Alderman Skidmore.
Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. This will probably be a fairly short meeting this evening, gentlemen, but I do want to thank you both for the nomination. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Now, what we have to do under Robert's Rules of Order is we have to elect a vice chairman. Although I am chairman of the committee, I'm not really supposed to nominate anyone. So I will let this go first. The floor is open for nominations, and if I hear none, I'm going to nominate one. So the floor is open for nominations.
I would like to nominate Eddie.
And I second that nomination. I know, Lee, you're the low man on the totem pole, but I expect great things from Eddie Robertson. I really and I second that nomination. So when the roll's called, I will call yes for Ed. Just say yes, yay or nay for Eddie, or nay. So Alderman Robertson.
Yes.
Okay, and Alderman Peterson.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes as well. Mr. Robertson, congratulations on the vice chairmanship.
Thank you. I would like to ask you a procedural question, Mr. Chairman. I don't know that we have ever had a secretary to the Public Works Committee. Would it be appropriate for me to nominate someone for secretary?
Well, actually, under the rule of procedure, that is a very valid question and one that is well taken. And the answer is yes, it can be. Right. It's normally not done in the city of Hendersonville, but you know what? I'm open to it. Actually, if there's an issue between of the minutes that you and I have something that's that we disagree on, it is open to the secretary, and so the floor is open for secretary.
Yeah, and before I make my nomination, I thought it might be good to have the secretary at each meeting make the original motion to approve or modify the minutes that have been done. So that's just one of the functions.
That's true. Yeah.
So I would like to nominate Lee Peterson to be the secretary for the Public Works Committee. And
I most graciously second that. So what we'll do, all in favor of this, when the procedure will do it as we have done both for the chairman and vice chairman. All in favor of Lee Peterson be the secretary, signify by saying aye when I call your name. Alderman Peterson.
Aye.
Alderman Robertson.
Aye.
The chair votes aye as well. Congratulations, Mr. Peterson. You are our new and actually our first secretary we've ever had since 1986 or 87. So that's pretty awesome, really.
I'm honored.
Welcome aboard. It's like I told you the other about a month ago or so, you win. Your life is no longer your own. I'm sure that Alderman Hayes will tell you the same thing as well as we are. Your life is no longer. And of course, Andy Gilley, he's known that for years already. Your life's no longer your own. So we have we've got a good crew here. I will say this, and as I've told every committee person that's in our has always been in public works as well as any alderman. I'll never take you down a road that I'm not willing to go myself or I hadn't been there already, buddy. So always remember that. And that goes for any alderman that is here this evening. I stand by that. Marshall, is there anything else that we have that's on the agenda?
There's one more small item, and Mr. Keith Ree is here to speak to it. The TDOT Urban Transportation Grant. We're working with Sumner County and the cities around us to pursue this, but I'm going to let Keith talk a little bit more about that and explain in detail. Keith?
All right, Keith, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Director Boyd and Chairman. What this is it's kind of time sensitive. It is a TDOT grant for what's a bike ped master plan for Sumner County. And what myself and the other planners in Gallatin and Goodlettsville, I believe, and White House, and then in Greater Sumner County, are looking to apply for a grant that's going to become available the 1st of next year. January the 15th is the date to give an intent to apply for this grant. It's a maximum $200,000 grant. That's a competitive grant. And then there is a 10% match that's required. So it'd be a $20,000 match. But when we split that between the jurisdictions, we haven't determined what that split's going to be, but it's going to probably cost somewhere between $5,000 to $8,000. And Mr. Boyd and myself, we've discussed it, and between our two budgets, we feel like we could come up with whatever the match requirement would be. So it wouldn't be something where we need to do a budget amendment or anything like that. We just can use existing resources that we have if we're successful in getting the grant. And I think what the grant would allow us to do is master plan pedestrian and bikeways where we have interconnectivity through jurisdictions and throughout the county.
Okay. Well, floor is open for discuss. Or well, first of all, I need a motion.
So moved. I move.
Okay, there's a motion and a second by.
Second.
All right, Mr. Peterson has a second. So now we've got proper discussion with that. Does it go to any other committee that you need to go to on this, or it goes to us and that's it?
No, I think with us already having the funds available, if we were successful, then the Public Works Committee would be the only committee.
Sure, okay.
This time,
any discussion on this?
Keith, I have one quick question. Does the state require the parks master plan to qualify for this grant?
no, this isn't in that pool. This is out of TDOT funds that'll be utilized. Although I think this plan that we're talking about, if we were successful in getting it done countywide, it would work and tee up time. It'd be very timely with us undertaking a parks master plan as well as, yes.
So do you already have a plan to spend the money, or is that come next after we get the money?
Yeah, that would come next. We would put a proposal out, and then we would probably have to do an RFP to secure a contractor that would do that.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the motion on the issue?
Yeah. Chairman, I have one more for Keith. And this master plan is $5,000 to $8,000. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're estimating our part of that would cost that much. It could cost up to $200,000, but the local match for all the jurisdictions totaled would be 10% of that. So the maximum match would be $20,000. So when we divide it between us, Sumner County, Gallatin, and some of the other jurisdictions, then it's probably only going to end up being about between $5,000 to $8,000.
Okay. And $200,000. How many jurisdictions will that connect us with for the bike and pedestrians?
We won't know, because just like what we're bringing it to our board of mayor and aldermen, All the other jurisdictions are taking it to their elected officials. So if everybody is successful that has shown interest in it, then it would be everybody. It would be all the cities in Sumner County, and Sumner County itself as well. So it would be completely interconnected through all those communities. But most importantly, we do know that Sumner County and Gallatin are definitely going to pursue it. So we know it will include those areas.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alderman.
All right, good question, Alderman Peterson, and Alderman Robertson as well earlier. Are there any further discussions on this motion? Andy or Jonathan or John or Scotty, anybody? Okay, let's go ahead and vote. All in favor of this motion signify by saying aye or no when I call your name. Alderman Peterson,
Aye.
Alderman Robertson,
Aye.
chair votes aye as well. It passes unanimously. Good luck on this. Are you going to go ahead and let them know, Keith, or?
Well, we'll do a resolution for the January BOMA meeting. And once that's done, then we'll be submitting something with our county partners of a letter of intent to apply. And I really do appreciate Chairman and the other members for adding this on at such a late date. And I appreciate you adding this onto your agenda.
You're most welcome. Thank you. And I do want to wish everyone to have a really Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope that Santa is good to all of you. Well deserved. Trust me, we're all well deserved for this. But anyway, any other discussion that we need to have? John, is there anything we need to have? Or?
Think you got it covered, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And
Move to adjourn.
all right, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor by adjourn signify by saying aye or nay when I call your name. Alderman Peterson.
Aye.
Alderman Robertson.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye as well. We're adjourned. And if y'all need anything, give me a shout. Marshall, thank you, buddy.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Thank you all.
Merry Christmas.